Sequences are part of the marketing tools that we can find in Copper CRM. What are these sequences? If you put one thing after another, it goes in a sequence. So you can actually put a string of emails that occur when you have triggered a certain process. Let's say you want to keep in communication with a particular segment of your customers. When something happens, these emails start to go. And the nice thing about sequences is they can track to see if a person has opened an email or not. If they haven't, then more emails can keep on going to that person. So now let's get into sequences, how we can set them up. So the first thing you do is you go under the tab sequences and then you say create sequence. So remember, what we are trying to do is to do automatic communication with our clients. So we're just going to make a simple scenario here. The first thing that we need to do is to name the sequence. Thanks and follow up is what I'm going to name the sequence. So where do we get the recipients of this email? We can choose either from contact tags. I have different tags that I have. Right now I just have potential customer. We can also make use of opportunity tags which are there. But the thing that I want to use right now is the contact type. So I want to send this to potential customers. You can even use the lead status or other segments within Outfunnel. You can create segments in Outfunnel by simply going to this place where it says segments. So after you choose the recipient type of your email, you now need to add different emails to your sequence. So the first email in the sequence I would like to create is to thank the person for contacting us. Now I filled in the first part of that email. All I need to do next is to put the message itself, which is the body, which I find down here. So obviously you'd want the name of the person to appear where it says dear here. So how can we do that? We make use of the personalization here, or the merge fields. So I can put the first name and then put a space and also choose the last name of the person. And then this email is sent once the condition is met of saying this is a potential customer. So once we do this, we go back to the sequence itself to create the next email. Before we create the next email, we can set now the delay to say when is the email going to be sent, the first email. I would say for this time I can say 1 day. So this email is sent 1 day after a person contacts. I obviously have an email which is sent immediately when a person contacts us, but this one is to follow up. So I'm just going to create a second follow-up email. Usually this can go ahead, especially when the person has not opened the first email. So it's more like creating a follow-up email. So these are 2 emails in my sequence. So let me create that and fill in the information there. So this will be sent the second time. This is the sequence that I've created. For now, I'm just going to create a sequence with 2 emails, but you can create more emails so that you keep in connection with your clients. So here I'm just going to say maybe if they have not replied, it is going to be sent after 7 days. After you finish setting up these emails, you go on to the next stage. Here you will notice that there are several settings which affect how the information is recorded or how it is sent. For example, here the sequence delivery. Are you going to send to a particular segment or people who have just been added to that segment? This next section controls where emails are sent to. It helps you to differentiate between those people who have completed the sequence and those who have not completed the sequence. So you can choose between the two to say I want to send to everyone, or I only want to send to those who have not completed the sequence. This part is also important, especially when you want to stop the sequence when someone clicks a particular item. So if there are links inside the email, or if someone opens the email, then it stops the campaign. So for example, if the first message goes and the person opens the email, then the campaign stops. But if you want the campaign to continue, whether the person opens or not, you can leave these unticked. So once you do that, you actually need to activate the sequence. Say yes, activate, and once that's done, it will have this status, which is like a play button. Then you can always see this information here to say who opened, who clicked, who replied, how many did I send. So this is how we set up sequences, and this is how we make use of these campaigns